What's up, guys? Oh, more Charlton comics. I actually found some of these Charlton comics in decent condition. Which is, as you know, the history of Charlton comics is not easy. They were the least quality paper. Okay, they were really cheap about it. So a lot of these things don't really last too long. I should probably put these in plastic, but I'm not really a collector. I'm more here for the story. Now, Fighting Marines. Okay, it's interesting. This comic, obviously, I think it came out during the Korean War, but this thing was still being published during the Vietnam War. And you actually had a story set in Vietnam. So one of the few recurring characters in Charlton you had, I mentioned Willie Schultz, the Iron Corporal, but you had also Shotgun, Harker, and Chicken. It was written by Joe Gill, who actually was a writer since the Golden Age. A really, really good writer, actually. The opposite of Schultz, right? Sort of a more conservative guy, but a very clever writer. And Shotgun Harker, I really enjoy the stories here, but most of the stories, obviously, if it's Marines, okay, you're not going to be fighting everybody. In World War One, the Marines are fighting the Germans. Well, World War Two, the Marines are fighting the Japs. In Korea, the Marines are fighting the Chinese Communists. And in Vietnam, fighting the VC. Now, most of the stories, they're not really that good. They're jingoistic, typical, the Chinese are like, can't fight. The Japanese can't fight, whatever. But anyway, but always of course, Sam Glansman did a lot of art for Shotgun Harker and Chicken, but he wasn't the only artist. It wasn't like Willie Schultz where he did all the art. But obviously, I showed you an early adventure of the two. It was hilarious. You get the tough shotgun, double sort of barrel shotgun toting Harker, who's just a badass dude, just likes to fight. He hates commies, but he pretty much hates everybody. His partner Chicken. Now, originally Chicken was kind of like a more quiet, bespectacled, he was like a nerdy dude, quiet. The irony is that Chicken is not a chicken. He's more cautious because he's probably smarter he's probably more intelligent than him. But when push comes to shove, Chicken can fight. Now, the ironic thing is that at some point, Joe, I guess, or maybe Sam did this. A Chicken goes from just being a nerdy guy to growing his hair long and putting flowers on his hair. Okay. First he's a nerd, then he becomes a dirty hippie. Oh man, so it's actually it's a very surreal kind of thing to do in the comic, which is kind of fun. So for example, right, they get ambushed. Oh, they got poor Chicken. Now they're gonna zap me. They think. Take that. Poor harmless slob. It was my fault he got zapped. I wonder where he got hit. I can't find any wounds. Are they gone? Ain't you dead? What happened, Chicken? Did a grenade fragment graze you? I don't think so. I guess I just fainted. It's just hilarious. Making Chicken into a hippie with flowers on his helmet only adds to I'm gonna murder you, right? So, I mean, this is what I'm saying. The interplay is hilarious. Later at the Marine base, right? Now I got you. There ain't no officers around here to save you here. You can't hit me, Shotgun. Yeah, why not? I got a letter from my mother. She sends you her love, and she says, "I want to thank you for taking such good care of my little boy." What's that? Did she say that? Look at, what is that? Was he? Gee, your old lady's a real sweet gal, Chicken. Oh, it's funny. So then they send him after. Oh, we got a mission for you. We got to send you after the Hanoi hacker. And this guy, basically, yeah, we're gonna be bait for the Hanoi hacker. And this is the Hanoi hacker, Nong Ri, a North Vietnamese terrorist, who organized Viet Cong into strike groups. He's bad news. He's fighting the people invading his country and fighting for their freedom. So he's a terrorist. Now it's funny that Chicken's like, what? He's like, oh, he won't get me. Like, he actually slips off. And then now, oh, we got you, right? So remember, he has to get captured by him. Do not move, Yankee gangster. Meanwhile, he's got, right, I'm sending a beeper signal. So he has a secret thing to send out to back up. Observe the Yankee gangster. You have heard great tales of this one, but they were lies. He's a coward. Paper tiger, just like your country. That's right. Meanwhile, I like that chicken, right. One of the most practiced skulkers in the Marine Corps was skulking nearby. Right. He's like, yeah, shotgun's full. He walked right into the trap. I can't help him. I'm Chicken Smith. They'd die laughing if I quivered out there to face the Hanoi hacker. They'd fall down laughing. Right, but in the end, the chicken is not a chicken. Right. I like this. He acts like a tough guy. I'm challenging you. Takes his glasses off. I don't know if he took the flowers off his helmet. He put his hair up under. Anyway, I just like it. But luckily, he's a distraction enough for the F4 Phantoms to come in. Raid the village. All right. I'm sure they didn't kill any civilians. Luckily, they only got the bad terrorists. That's right. So it's just, they're funny. Shotgun Harker, even though he's like the patriotic American super badass, they always take the piss out of him a little bit, So now we'll go to just another issue I found out real quick. I'll go over the story here. Obviously, most of the stories are conventional, like the dirty Japs, right? Well, this one wanted to surrender. So, what is this? Wait. Trouble and treason. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of treason throughout the history, isn't there? So, of course, these are the war comics, right? Fight Marines, attack, fight an army. So, the army's at the bottom. Anyway, we have another Shotgun Harker and Chicken. Although this is drawn by a different artist, and I like this one. Somehow, Smith is getting a medal. Exemplifies the fighting Marine. Corporal Smith has proven himself in combat. Men like him are the backbone of the Corps. He's like, what? The rest of you jokers would do well to pan yourselves after Smith. It's like, he didn't ask about the flowers and something. You heard the man, Sergeant Harker. Yeah, Chicken, I heard. He's like, oh, I totaled you out. Oh, what? He's always bullying him, right? Put him down, Harker. I got a job for you. So there's always a job. There's always a mission. And, of course, Harker always bullies him into joining him. Don't make me volunteer again. I'm afraid of the dark. Shut up, right? You're the bravest general. Why don't you prove it, right? So now the mission is to blow up a ammo dump for the VC. He goes, I heard something. Yeah, probably a crocodile. You're okay if you don't fall overboard. He's fucking with him. So, of course, they get shot at. Dive in the water, dummy. What about the crocodiles? Swim to the left, Jake. I'll go last. I'll take the heat off you. Thanks, Sarge. That was nice of you, Sarge. Let me get away ahead of you. Yeah, I figured if there were any cracks in the water, they'd grab you first, Chicken. He's like wrestling with him. I like that. So, of course, they run into, And he's always two-fisted fight with his hands. But, Chicken's a good shot, right? Good going, Chicken. So now they get close, but then for some reason, I don't know why Chicken picks the grenade up. But he blows up the dam by accident, the ammo dump, but gets knocked out. So Chicken comes back with Sarge all knocked out. Right? 4 hours later, Chicken staggered out the jungle with Shotgun Harker on his back. Oh, we destroyed the ammo dump, General. Splendid, Corporal, splendid. I shall write the report on this personally, Smith. You gallantly carried out your mission and saved the life of your sergeant. Ah, shucks, General. I've done things like that before. I always try to keep an eye on Sergeant Harker. He's like, ah! So it's just funny. It's just, actually, this and Going to Guy's Guerrilla High School has been a big influence on two of the characters I've been working on for their own comic. You see them in the Peacock. So the right-wing internet dude and the drag queen apparently are old army buddies. But that's another story. So I will say, like I said, just to round this out, most of the stories are forgettable. But this story, and I gotta look these names of Nicola Cuddy. That's a woman's name, but it could be a pseudonym. This story, and this is taking place in Korea. Obviously, the Marines are retreating from Lake Changjin, Chosin Reservoir, and they run into this guy. This guy's won medals. So the younger guys look at him. Hey, man, you're a hero. Just want to welcome to the squad. Maybe you could tell us how you won some of your medals. But the guy is real standoffish. I don't want to tell you nothing, kid. And this guy's, hey, the boy was just trying to be friendly. I don't need friends. I got 23 days left. Right, his tour, right? Come on, kid. Let's leave the big brave hero alone, right? So now, obviously, there's tension here. He's like, he shouldn't have spoken to us that way. And this guy's like, yeah, well, he's seen a lot of his friends die. He goes, yeah, whatever. We're all Marines, right? Now, the guy, he seems like a coward, but the guy is good. He's like, what's the matter, Tull? All your medals jingling too loud? He's like, mines, right? So now, of course, they get into an ambush. Hey, Joe, you know something, Joe? Stop trying to invade. We told you not to come near China. Anyway, so these guys get whittled down. And there's even a thing, too, where it's like, why do we have to bury the commies? And the guy's like, because corpses are all alike. What's wrong with you, Tell us? You a commie lover or something? Yeah, I'm going to look forward to burying you, gross. Like, well, you little. Enough. Knock it off. Yeah, the Chinese are cutting them down. So I thought it was interesting that essentially you have this really great story. What do you have against those two? I got a wife and a little girl, and 23 days before I see them again. I've done my bit. I just want to sit out the last month and I want to go home. What's that got to do with them? They're green troops. Green troops die or get others killed trying to save them. Okay, that's true. Okay, that was actually a big problem in the United States military. Not the Marines, I don't think, as much, but and sergeants, like maybe, but nobody sits out of war. Not even a hero like you. Right? So you see the conflict here, but when push comes to shove, oh man, they're gonna surprise them. They're going after their guys who are in the. You're a dead man if you try to get that patrol. He's like, my wife's name is Kate. Would you write to her for me? And he goes, hey Wang, you lose something? Oh, but the last guy gets him. Kay, I almost made it home, Kay. That was a really good story. That was a great story. So you gotta watch. Sometimes you get, even with the one shot characters, you get some good stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, Shotgun Harker, Chicken, Charlton Comics, they did a lot of cool stuff, man.